And Enhis is asking something interesting. For the newbies here, what's the problem with Unwrap? Well, not always a problem, but sometimes it is. If you have a failable API, you are going to have problems with Unwrap. For example, let's say you are calling a function that exists somewhere. This function is called do something, right? So you call this function called do something, and this function returns a type which is an option. Inside this option, you can have some value, which is represented by t, which is any kind of type, or it can have none, because let's think about a real example here. Get user from database, and you pass a username here, right? So that's what you are doing here on this function. This function can return an option when t is going to be an instance of user, but if the user doesn't exist in the database, it's going to return none. Yeah, so that's what we are going to have here. So what's the problem? You call this function, you get the value. The value actually is an option, and you need to unwrap the value. You need to take the value out of the option. When you do the unwrap, you are going to get or the instance of the user object, or you are going the none. Yeah, but depending on how you are, if for example I'm doing here like let user and I say that the user is of the type user, I expect this when I do unwrap, I expect this to return the type user, so I can attribute here because I expect the type user. But if the user doesn't exist, it's going to be none, and then I have a problem. Yeah, so sometimes we are not going to use unwrap. We are going to use unwrap or unwrap or else, or any kind of other options we have to take the value out of this option value that we have here. And also we have option, but we also have result. We can have a result which is similar, and the result can have a value t and can have an error. I think for this get user from database, this must be the best result maybe. And then if we do here unwrap and we expect the type to be user, that's okay. But if unwraps the error, then we are going to explode, to throw the error, to panic. Yeah. So we need to treat this error. Yeah. So one way to treat this error is using the pattern matching that people sometimes says that it's not a good idea. So we can do, for example, if let user, if let some user equals this. Yeah, because you know in the option, I think I forgot to say that, but in the option you have some, and inside some you have the type. Yeah, so it's a wrap over a wrap, and then you have the none. Yeah, so that's the actual type we are getting. So it's some user or it's none. Yeah, so in this case we can use a pattern match. If let some user equals that dot unwrap, I think if I'm using let, if let, maybe I don't need to call unwrap here, but I'm not sure. Then I can say that inside this function I have a user, but if this is evaluated to false, so I know that now I don't have a user, and then I can do other stuff here on this other block. So something like this. Yeah, I might have missed some detail, but that's why it's not a good idea to always call unwrap like this. This can fail. If I receive a string here and I don't have anything in the position 0, it's going to be none, and then I'm assign a none to s value. But if it's the case, the compiler is going to tell me, right? And Leo is confirming that I don't need unwrap on the E flat. Thanks a lot. Okay. The Swiss is saying that option is the safe version of no. Yeah, because Rust doesn't have the no pointer, we need to wrap things in the option and result. Yeah, and I think it comes from OCaml or Haskell. Yeah, the inspiration for that. Okay, so now let's take that car and transform that car into the enum variant we need to create our card struct. Okay, so how I do that? I'll do a let. Now I'm not creating a string value. I'm creating the proper value. Okay, so let value equals, and now it's another interesting thing in Rust. We are talking that every block, every expression return a value, and a match return a value. So I can use match inside as a control flow, but I can also use match to attribute stuff. So I can say let value equals match, and I will match over the string value. Yeah. Oh, I type it wrongly. I'll match over the string value. So when I match over string value, here I get this value data here. I don't know what's the meaning of this exclamation mark, but anyway, I can match directly over the S value, which is which is a car. And then I have a char here, and then I will start matching to return the value. And now inside this match, I need to provide a match arm for each of those variations here. And we have variation for the U8, you have variation for Jack, Queen, King, and Ace. Let's start by those. Oh, in this case, we have only the number. The value can be a number or a letter. Yeah, it can be a number or a letter. So that's it. First thing is, if the character I have here is J, I'm going to return value Jack, right? Yeah, Jack, Queen, King, and Ace. And then I can repeat it for all the letters. J is Jack, K is King. I think this is not the proper ordering. I think here is the Queen. And at the end we have the A, which is the Ace. Right? I still going to have problems here. Expected pattern. Oh, this is the pattern. The pattern. Oh, I don't have a space here. I don't know why I put the space there. Now it's fine. So I'm matching over the string, the character that I received. In this case is this number 4, but can be any number, J, Q, K, A, and it's going to be like this. Now I need to provide also a match for all the other possibilities, which are numbers from 1 to 10, right? From 1 to 10 or from 1 to 9? That's my question. 1 to 10 or 1 to 9 in poker game? Who knows? I think it's 1 to 10. 2 to 10. Oh yeah, because 1. Okay, cool. 1 is going to be our ace. 1 is going to be our ace, right? 1 equals ace. No, but let me go to the test case. Let me see. We have A here. For example, we have A of spades. Let me match by the proper casing. Yeah, we have a. It's using the a. It's not using numbers, right? Using a to express not only one. Yeah, ace in poker isn't only one. Okay. So let me think. I already have ace there for a. And now I need to take the numbers and look at Pokemon. Okay, in poker, ace in poker isn't only one. Oh, 14. 14 is also a when you are counting the points or something like this. Cool. Okay, nice. So maybe I would need another method here to transform the data, to transform from letter to number. Yeah. 8, 2, 3, 4, 5 is a straight. Okay. If 10 is represented by 10, you could have 3 characters instead of 0. That's a nice thing. Wykedom. Yeah. Let's go to the test case. I think we don't have this. We don't have 10. We go only to the 9, right? Let me see. 10. Oh yeah, I have 10. Oh, that's a problem. Thanks a lot for that. Wicked Elm. We just have a problem. And our problem is that we need to handle 3 sized. Nice bug catch. Yeah. I would catch that only later.
Captain,
yeah.
We are being hosted.
Hey Patrick, nice.
is now hosting my stream with viewers.
Thanks a lot for hosting. Yeah. That's very appreciated. If you have a channel, you can host me. I appreciate the hosting. Thanks a lot. So, okay. So, we need to take care of this. And on my timer, we have 3 minutes, but I will pause it. I will reset it because I'll go until midnight. So, we have 15 minutes. Let me just 0 here. We have more 15. And then after this 15 minutes, we are going to really stop because I have work to do today to deliver tomorrow morning some of my libraries that company is using. So I need to do actual work after this. But that it's a nice break from the work. So now, well, we need to handle this. Yeah, so we are almost there. But before I handle that case, thanks a lot for that. Nick, thank you Nick for following, for joining us. Now how can I match the numbers here? Because you see, the number is we created a variant num, which is going to be u8. And then we need to match over it. But what we are receiving here is a string, right? It's a string. And then we need to transform it. Tehuel, welcome to the show. And we need to transform it into number to be able to create that structure. Yeah. So let me see how can I solve that. I have JKA. I'm on the rank. Okay, I need to do this before I do this letters. Nick is saying that I could split the string into last letter and starting number. Oh, that's nice. I can take the last one. It will always be a single letter, and what remains is a number. Good. That's a very good suggestion. We are getting back there if we have time, we are getting back there today. If we don't have time, we are getting back there in the next string. But I think it's a good idea. I just need to think about how can I get the latest one. If I was in Python, I would just do, for example, a slice using -1. For sure, I'm not sure if NT8, for example, can deal with negative numbers, but I will discover later. Now I want to handle the numbers. The numbers, which is a variant of value. So what I want to return here, just to be sure, I want to return on this arm a value, which is a number. We called it a number. And this number is going to get the proper number, the X, which is U8. Eternal Raiden, hey! Good evening, how are you? Okay, so that's what I want to return. And how do I match over? I'm doing things backwards here. So I want to create this. So I need to take this X from there. So to take this X from there here, I can match over a range. Yeah, I think I can match over a range. I can match over a range. Let me think. Actually, I was thinking another thing. Nick, instead of trying to get the latest element, what if I see if the first char is 1? Because we don't have 1 in the game, right? We have A, 2. We don't have a card with 1. It's going to be a letter A. So if I match the first character here, the S value, to be the 1, for sure it's going to be 10, right? For sure it's going to be 10. So that works for this case, I think. And then I just pass a 10 here, and that's okay. I just have a 10, but the 10 here is U8, right? I need to take this as U8. There's another way to create a U8. I think it's just passing U8 here. Then U8, like this. But now I have the things that starts in 2 and go over into 9. 2 to 9. Yeah, you knew I'm Brazilian because of my accent. Yeah, I like Brazilian English. Yeah, people sometimes ask me if I try to lose some accent, and the answer is no. I don't do any kind of effort to improve my pronunciation. I think it's very, very nice when people recognize me by my accent. I feel happy about that. Yeah, and I personally, I don't think we should try to lose our accent. Yeah, when we go to other countries, we just need to talk English, communicate, and people should listen us and say, hey, you sound like Brazilian. Because that's why, for example, if I listen some people from Netherlands speaking English, I will recognize by the sound, the way they talk from Germany, from other places. They don't try to lose the accent to be talking more close to the US or British English. And I try to speak just the Portuguese English. I commit lots of funny mistakes. Yeah, I have histories about that, but that's fun. That works. Okay, so I think, I'm not sure, I think I can do like this. I can do a range inside the match. So I will do, for example, from 2, I can do a range to 9. To 9. And then in this, if I do the range to 9 here, I would just take a num. And then inside this num, okay, and then inside this num, I'm going to get the S value, which is a string, right? And I'm going to transform it to digit. I have a 2-digit. And the Ajax is the base, yeah? So we are decimal, so it's going to be 10. Let me decrease my font size a little bit. And you guys tell me, what do you think about it? Here I do 1. If the first chart is 1, it's going to be 10 for sure. If it's from 2 to 9, I'm not sure if it's just 2 dots or 3 dots here. Oh, Nick is saying that's 3 dots. Okay. Why it's 3 dots? It's 3 dots because it's inside the pattern match. Yeah, outside the pattern match, it's going to be 2 dots to return a range object. It's 3 dots to have a proper range pattern. Okay, and I'm missing the same column. Cool, thanks a lot. I always miss it. Cool. Okay, so we handled 10, we handled 2 to 9. We have a problem because of the spaces. I don't need spaces. I always try to follow. I'll tell you something. I'm always trying to follow PEP 8, which is the standard for Python. And I write Rust trying to follow PEP 8, which requires space around operators, and I always fail. Yeah. I still need to miss my Python idioms when I'm programming in Rust. Okay, so num. Why not num 2 to 9? Num 2 to 9. You think here because it's a char, right? It's a char. There is only 2 dots. No, here I passed 3 dots because inside the pattern match, as far as I know, we need to use 3 dots. But range pattern. Oh, range patterns are deprecated. Okay, let me see. I learned that inside the pattern match, we have to use 3 dots. But now Clippy is telling me that range patterns are deprecated. So looks like I can use only 2 dots and it's going to work. That's it. Exclusive range pattern syntax is experimental. Okay, so I need to use the equal here, right? So it's going to be inclusive. It's going to be from 2 to 9, and the equal here is saying that the 9 is inclusive. Yeah, exactly. This Swiss. And this num here, I have a problem. Cannot find function. Because it's value num. Value num. And then I get s value to digit, and I have a problem. Mismatched types. Expected U8 found in num. Option U32. I transform it to digit. That's the problem that I was explaining before, and I try to explain the things that I learn, but I will always be caught in the same problems. When I do 2-digit, what I get in return? What I get in return is an option, okay? And this option can have some U32 or none. So what I need to do to get this value from it is to do unwrap. So I have to unwrap the value, right? And another thing, it's going to tell that it still have a mismatched type here. Yeah, why? 2-digit return U32 inside the option. When I do unwrap, I get U32, but my num is require U8. We explicitly say that it's just going to be U8. So in this case here, we need to transform it as U8. And now I have something that can maybe work. Okay, I can remove this comment. Nichit, thanks for following. Hey Jalma, hey, thanks. Have a good evening, have a good night, and thanks a lot for joining. And Mike Devin Nichit, welcome. Thanks for following. Okay. We match it over this, it's okay now. We get 2-digit, which is an option. We unwrap it, we transform it as U8. We have all these other values. What more can happen? We have some problem happening here. I think it's syntax error, expected semicolon. I need a semicolon because it's a let. Yeah, okay. What more can happen in this match? If the first character of our string is not on this pattern match, we are going to capture with underline. Okay, in the underline is the catch all, and then the underline is going to catch something that can be different, and we don't expect anything different than those numbers, those values that can go into the card. So in this case, we are going to panic because we don't have exceptions in Rust. There's no exception. If you have problem, you just panic it, and the program stops working. Jalma has one question: how your bird grows so fast? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think there are 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Yeah, I shaved it off 2 weeks ago, and now it's already this size. In 1 week from now, it's going to be full. But I'm going to shave, I think, tomorrow. And welcome, Milton. Thanks a lot for following. Henry Flores is asking if why wouldn't 2 to 9 value 2 to 9 work? Oh, in this case, this size, the left, is the pattern that we are going to match, right? So the value can be 2, 3, 4 until 9. So we are going to match it. If it's the case, it's going to be true. And then we are going to execute the code that's on the right. And the return of the right is something that we are going to attribute to the value variable. And in this case, we want to take just a single value. And the single value is received as a char, as a single character. We need to take this character and transform it into a digit, a valid number. And we unwrap it from the option, and then we transform again to the U8. We only do the casting. We can automate this casting. Yeah, we can implement some traits, magic, or even we can implement some macros or kind of stuff to do this. But that's the case. And I need to drink water. Nice. I think for this we are good. Now we need to have the suit, right? So it's going to be the same thing. Let suit equals match. We are going to match over a string suit, and the string suit that we are matching, it's easier because it's just 4 options. Oh, the timer is over. Okay. What I do now? Yeah, that's that time when I don't know what to do, because I want to finish this match, but I have work to do. What do you guys think I have to do? I let you decide for me. Do you think that I need to finish this other pattern match, or I need to stop streaming and go finish my work? Yeah, which I have a meeting tomorrow, 10 a.m. when I need to present some slides, and I need to finish those slides today. Yeah, 15 more, just 15 more, right? Okay. Reset. So let's do this other match. Okay, so let suit, I'll try to do this faster now. So let suit equals match suit. In this case, we have only 4 options, and this is going to be easier. I think Pokemon said on the chat that it's going just to be like this, and then we are going to have suit here. For H, it's going to be hearts, and then we can just implement the same stuff here. For other, which after we have diamonds, we have hearts, diamonds, spades, and clubs, right? So diamonds. Oh no, here is spades actually. We have spades, and here we have clubs. And if it's something different, the same thing. We are going to just panic. I don't know if it's nice to put a message in the panic or not. I think we can pass a message here, and this message is going to be thrown to the For example, wrong suit option. I think it's valid to put a meaningful message to the panic error. If someone runs with the backtrace stuff, it's going to see this message. That's okay. And here I'm saying that wrong value for card.